"Don't you dare," he choked out, voice cracking as he yanked open the yellowed envelope she had pressed into his trembling hands moments before her final breath. The sterile hospital room blurred around him as tears welled up, the rhythmic beeping of machines pounding like a slow, mournful drumbeat. Nurses moved with quiet urgency, exchanging glances heavy with unspoken understanding. Outside, life went on, traffic lights flickered, people hurried past, the world blissfully unaware of the storm breaking in his heart. His fingers, spotted with age and shaking with fear, unfurled the fragile letter inside. A faint scent of lavender clung to the paper, the same perfume she had worn on their wedding day. His heart slammed against his ribs with a shock sharper than any wartime bombardment. "My darling, married to a stranger." The first line alone stole his breath. 74 years of unspoken trust, teetering on a fragile precipice. This was not a love letter. This was a confession. His beloved wife, the woman who had stood beside him through wars, loss, and countless nights of laughter, had harbored a secret so heavy it threatened to undo the very fabric of their life together. He stumbled backward, clutching the paper, his eyes darting to their silver-framed wedding photo on the dresser. The young bride in that photo beamed with sunlight in her hair, her smile as unguarded as his own. He could still remember her laughter, ringing like bells as she twirled in her gown. How could that woman, his anchor, his confidant, carry a betrayal so deep? Hot guilt and humiliation surged through him. He had dismissed the whispers about her shadowy past as nothing more than cruel gossip from bored neighbors. But now, they cut into him like a blade. His mind replayed moments he had buried. The night they returned from the front lines, she had vanished into the old oak grove, returning hours later with tears streaking her cheeks. When he demanded answers, she had whispered, "Some ghosts never rest," before shutting herself away. He'd mistaken her tremors for the aches of age, never realizing they were the aftershocks of a crime unsolved. Determined to know the truth, he searched their home. Beneath their bed, he found a battered tin box. Inside, faded courthouse photographs, yellowed clippings of a 1949 manslaughter accusation, and a sealed affidavit. His hands shook as he read. The accusation was tied to the death of her childhood friend in a stolen car. She had taken the blame to protect the real culprit, her younger brother. In an era where a scandal could destroy an entire family, she had chosen silence over freedom. Her final words trembled on the page. "I carry this shame so our family name remains unbroken. Tell our son I loved him more than my own freedom." Grief and pride tangled in his chest. The secret wasn't born from betrayal, it was carved from sacrifice. A choice so selfless it had cost her decades of peace. He collapsed beside her hospital bed, clutching her frail hand. "You never betrayed me," he whispered, tears tracing deep lines in his withered face. Her eyelids fluttered, and in her final moments, she managed a faint, proud smile. The monitors flatlined. Days later, they carried her to the chapel draped in quiet honor. The pews overflowed with family, old friends, and neighbors who had once doubted her. As he stood before them, the affidavit in hand, he revealed her truth. Gasps, tears, and bowed heads replaced judgment. When the final words left his lips, the entire room erupted into applause, not the polite kind, but the kind that thunders for heroes. Salutes were raised, and for the first time, the world saw her not as a woman accused, but as a warrior who fought alone. True love endures not only the bright victories, but also the battles fought in silence. Sometimes the darkest secrets are not betrayals at all, but acts of courage so deep they remain hidden until the last breath.